Hello, you absolutely fabulous legends. I get the question sometimes, can you still cold approach in insert current year in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028? Yes, I get people from the future literally coming back in time and saying, can I hit on girls in 2029? Yes, you can. The answer will basically always be, unless we're in the middle of some crazy world war or something, even then you probably still could. Yes, you are allowed to talk to girls. People panic all the time and say dating has changed. It's different now. You know, there's feminism. It's creepy to talk to girls. You're bothering them. It's against the law. Like, what if I get in trouble? Guys, gentlemen, calm the fuck down. All you are doing is walking up to a woman, giving her a nice compliment, telling her that she's cute or that she's pretty or that she's attractive or that she's interesting. You're asking if she's single. If she's not, you're politely saying, beautiful. I hope you and your boyfriend have the most amazing relationship ever. Enjoy your day. If she is single, you're saying, amazing. What are you doing today? You talk for a little bit and then you say, I'd love to take you out for a drink or a coffee or a caramel macchiato, frappuccino, orange, mocha, chocolate, whatever the fuck you women like to drink these days. If you'd love that, let me know. I'll grab your number. You're not walking up and harassing her. You're not walking up and slapping her in the face. You're not walking up and tickling her even though she goes, don't tickle me. Get your hands off me. You're not harassing her, guys. You are just freaking saying hello. You are being a nice little gentleman. You are leaving if she's not interested. If you get the sense that she's uncomfortable, you're just saying, hey, you seem a little nervous. Would you like me to keep talking or would you like to go? Like, what would you like? You guys are very welcome. You are very free. You are very allowed to talk to beautiful women outside. I promise it's okay. And I would just say basically every single one of my coaching clients, I think without exception right now, everyone that we have in the big VIP coaching group is cold approaching. There's not really anyone who said, I only want the apps. There's one or two guys that come into the group that sometimes say that and they go, I only want to use the apps. But then they see that everybody else is going outside and talking to women. Everybody else is doing the approaching and they get excited and they say, you know what? I think I'm going to go outside and approach too. This looks fun. Guys in there are absolutely killing it. There's one guy in the group, Victor, who's done a couple of rounds of coaching with me now. He goes out and he talks to about 30 girls every single day. He has sex probably once or twice a week with a new woman. He's not even on the dating apps because he's like, cold approach is way too fun. It's way too amazing to just be able to walk up to a woman confidently, and if you're not confident, that's okay, confidently be able to tell her you're hot or you're sexy or my God, you're so pretty, you're interesting, what are you up to today? Are you single? Can I get your number? Do you want to go on a date with me? And so every single one of my coaching clients is out there on the front lines right now doing this thing that you think is impossible or you worry might be impossible or bad or wrong. They're not just doing it theoretically. They're not just thinking about it. They are literally out there doing it consistently and having great results with it. This is like literally why they come to coaching. Most guys aren't failing cold approach because it's difficult or because it's impossible. They're failing it because they're not even trying. I myself even approach women. I don't go out there and carve out a period of my day to approach, but just as I live my life, literally as I'm walking around doing my normal things like grocery shopping or sitting out here in this park recording content, if I see a cute girl, I will literally say to myself in my head, would I like to go and talk to her? And if I feel like talking to her, which a lot of the time I do, most of the time I do, I'll walk over and say, hey, I know this is kind of random. I thought you were super pretty. Are you single? What are you up to today? I'm Andy, by the way. And we will talk for a little bit, and then I'll say, I'd love to grab a drink with you, or I'd love to grab a coffee with you. Can I grab your number? I just do it as part of my day. I do it as part of my life. So this doesn't even have to be some big, scary thing where you go out there every weekend and talk to 30 girls and all of that. You can just have it as a habit that's literally part of your life. You can literally integrate this into part of your life and just become the man who approaches as he goes about his life. It can literally be something that's almost like a background process that doesn't take any effort or willpower or motivation. And you might have to put in a little bit of time to get to that point. Like you might have to build the habit, but this is allowed to be very sustainable, very fun, and a very beautiful part of your day. It doesn't have to be this big scary thing of I'm going out there to approach today. Oh my God, I'm so scared. What if I get rejected? What if this happens? What if that happens? No, it can just be a fun little thing that you do as you live your life. I even met Molly, one of the women that I'm dating right now. I've been dating her for about 5 months at the time of recording this video. I met her from approaching. I'd already talked to, I think, 6 other women on that day. I had just gone around and just, as I felt like it, said hi to some girls as I was living my life. I saw Molly walk past me. She was kind of strutting her stuff. She was very fucking sexy, incredibly sexy. And I ran after her. I stopped her. I said, hey, you're so pretty. And she just lit up like a Christmas tree. She yelled. Yes, literally yelled. She laughs about this when I remind her of it. She yelled at me and was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Guys don't do this anymore. Why don't guys do this anymore? And literally, because guys don't do this anymore, this is the biggest reason for you guys, if you want to go out there and say hi to some women. Because, yeah, most guys aren't doing this. And so you have fears that this is weird because, everyone's on the dating apps these days. And, since COVID and all of that, like it's just weird talking to strangers. Yeah. That's exactly why you will fucking crush it, because no one else is doing it. You will be the weird, confident dude who had the balls to actually walk up to her and say hello. Do you know how much you will stand out if you have the masculine confidence? And you don't even have to be confident at the start. Give yourself permission to suck, but you will eventually build the confidence from just doing it. Do you know how much you stand out? If you're the one motherfucker who walks up to her and goes, hey, I'm kind of nervous right now, but, you're super pretty. I wanted to come say hi. She's like, what the fuck is going on? That is the reaction I get from so many women when I tell them they're pretty. They're like, oh my God, like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, are you single? And they're like, oh, I am. Or the ones who are not, they're like, I'm not, but like, thank you. Especially when I then add in what I tell all of you guys to say, which is, cool, I hope you and your partner are super happy together. I hope you guys have a great relationship. And she's like, what are you, an angel? Thank you for saying that. You came up to me and confidently hit on me. You gave me a compliment. You were polite and respectful when I said I had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whoever I'm dating. And then you literally wished me and my partner happiness. Like, who the fuck are you? What are you, my guardian angel? Holy crap. I've literally had 1 or 2 women say, like, would you want to be friends? And I'm like, well, make sure it's fine with your boyfriend, but like, sure, I'd be down to be friends. And so, like, if you walk up and you hit on women, you stand out like you cannot absolutely even begin to imagine. It is such a cheat code for life to be able to just hit on a woman that you see in public, especially for those of you who are struggling with your results in dating apps. Like, sometimes the dating apps can be a little frustrating, or I get the frustration that could come from them, It's like, I've put all this effort into improving my pictures. I use boosts. I use Andy's Tinder guide. I do everything that he tells me. And I just don't seem to get matches. Or I get some matches, but most of them don't reply, which is very normal, by the way. I would say if I get 10 matches, only 1 of them will end up giving me a phone number. And like 9 of the remaining ones just will only reply to 1 or 2 messages and then just stop replying. Or they won't reply to my first message. That is just like kind of the state of dating apps in 2025, 2026. It's just that, like, I don't know. It's almost like people are burnt out on dating apps or something. They still work, by the way. I still use dating apps. I've still met plenty of people on there. You can meet people on there. But cold approach, nobody's ever really ignoring you. Like 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 women will ignore you when you approach them. But 19 out of 20 will stop what they're doing and say, oh, hi, what's up? And you're like, I just wanted to say you're pretty. And she'll go, oh, thank you. Like, that's 19 out of 20 will say, oh, thank you. And so I'm a big fan of going out there and just fucking saying hi to women. They're right there, guys. How many of you walk past really attractive women that you would give anything to talk to, but you're just a little bit scared? And it's okay to be scared. But you see these beautiful women outside, you're like, man, if I could even just say hi, I don't even care if she's single or not. They would just make me feel good in myself to be able to say hi. You are allowed to consider this video your permission. I did a coaching call with a guy the other day, an older gentleman. He was 57 years old, absolute hero, going out there and wanting to start approaching. And he'd done a few approaches here and there, but he was really just scared. And he literally paid me for coaching because he wanted me to just give him permission. He literally said, I am on this call. I want your advice on a couple of things, but mostly I just want you to give me permission that I'm allowed to go and talk to women. And I literally said, my friend, my beautiful 57-year-old, handsome, silver-haired, gray fox friend, you are allowed to go and talk to women. And it was like, thank you. I think I literally just wanted to hear you say those words. So gentlemen, all of you handsome, beautiful, wonderful men, you are allowed to go out there and talk to women. And guess what? A lot of them want you to. I think it'll blow your guys' mind how many women say thank you for hitting on me. Like Molly going, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Like, oh my God, why don't guys do this? Women are starving for guys to walk up to them and confidently, masculinely hit on them. And again, even if you're not confident, that's okay. That's okay. You will build that, I promise. Just go do 100 approaches and you will be more confident. If the idea of doing 100 scares you, that's okay. Just do a few each week and you'll slowly build up to it. I promise. That's all I did. You have time. But you walking up to women and hitting on them is something that a lot of women just would give anything for. And even the ones that don't want you to approach, like the ones that genuinely do not want you to bother them, they will make that really clear within the first 2 seconds. They basically won't give you the time of day. They'll just say, no, thank you. And you go, okay, beautiful. I hope you have a nice day. And she's already left before you finish the sentence. And you're like, okay. Nothing bad happens. If she doesn't want to be talked to, she will make sure that you don't fucking talk to her. Or she'll make it so unbelievably obvious, which is why I say, the way that I do my approaches, I walk up, hey, it's kind of random, but I thought you were super cute. She'll go, oh, thank you, or whatever. And I'll say, are you single? Are you single is the second sentence that I say. Because if she doesn't want to talk to me or she's not interested or she's not available, that gives her an out. It's me kind of being polite. I'm extending her an olive branch and saying, if you don't want to talk to me, if you think that this is me harassing you or annoying you or being a creep or whatever, I am giving you the chance to leave. Are you single? And a lot of women say, no, I'm not single, or I'm not interested, or I am single, but I'm not looking, or I'm single, but maybe I'm not. They don't say I'm not into you, but they say, I'm not single, I am single, but no, thank you. And then I'm like, cool, beautiful. Hope you have a nice day. And they leave. And so you guys are so worried about harassing women. Just don't harass women. And I know that sounds like a cop-out answer. If you don't want to harass women, just don't harass them. Yeah, literally just don't harass them. Just do what I said. If they're not interested, you say, beautiful, have a nice day. There you go. You've done your absolute best. You've been a fucking gentleman. That is the best you can ever hope to do. Just do your goddamn best. And the vast majority of women are going to be absolutely grateful that you said hello to them. And because the vast majority of men are really scared of bothering women, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I know that seems like a bad thing, oh, guys are pussies, oh, don't be scared, don't live your life in fear. But really what that is saying is that the vast majority of men, the vast majority of you guys, like women and want people in society to feel safe and cared for and looked after and all of that. When you guys say, I'm worried about being a creep, turn that around to the opposite. What that means is I am an empathetic human being who wants other people to feel safe. How is that anything but a beautiful thing? And so that instinct inside of you that's a little bit scared of cold approach, what you are basically saying is, I just want the women to feel safe, and I want myself to feel safe. I'm scared to go out and approach because I'm scared of rejection, which means I want to feel safe. That's beautiful. How is that not a beautiful instinct? Just focus on the beautiful parts of it. Literally go up to women with the mindset of, I would like her to feel safe. I would like to give her something. I would like to give her a compliment and a beautiful experience. I would like her to feel good. And I would like myself to hopefully feel good in the process. I want both of us to feel as good as we possibly can. And I'm going to try my best to make that happen. And I might not always succeed. Sometimes people are in a bad mood, or they just don't like men, or they don't want to be talked to. And that's okay. In those circumstances, I'll just do my best. I'll be polite and I will leave. And I'll do the best I can. Focus on that shit. Literally in your mind, when you walk up to each woman, say a little contemplation, say a little thought in your head before you talk to her and say, I want to go and try and put a smile on her face. I want to leave her a little better than I found her. After the conversation, I want her to walk away a little happier, and I want me to walk away a little happier. Go in with that positive intention instead of walking in there with fear, doubt, insecurity. And it's okay to have fear, doubt, and insecurity, but focus on the joy, focus on the love, focus on the excitement, focus on trying to give her something and give yourself something. Focus on the positive, gentlemen. And I said this before, because the vast majority of men are really scared to approach, because most of them aren't doing it. They're on the dating apps and all of that. A lot of you are. You will stand out like a sore thumb. You're automatically the top 0.1%. And those of you who have a little bit of a competitive edge, think about how cool it is to just automatically be in the top 0.1% of something just because you tried. You can completely suck at it. You can literally walk up to women and be the worst approacher in the history of humanity. Congratulations, you're already doing more than 99.9% of guys. And nothing against those guys. They're just, scared in the same way that a lot of you are. But think about how much you stand out. Think about how you can be a top 1% man, for those of you that care about that, by just going and freaking trying. And by the way, cold approach is probably how your grandfather and your grandmother met. It's just the most normal thing in the world. It just feels a bit abnormal now because we have, the internet and everyone's on their phone and dating apps and all of that. But cold approach is how most people, or at least like even just approaching, like warm approach as well, is how most people met throughout human history. There weren't dating apps. They literally could only meet from a man and a woman starting to talk to each other. And it was usually the man, not always, but usually the man who said, hey, I'd love to take you out sometime. Would you like to go and get a ice cream soda with me? Would you like to go and get pancakes with me? Would you like to go and have a root beer with me? I don't fucking know what people said back in the day, but would you like to hang out with me and we could catch a movie? Yeah, that's what they said. Would you like to catch a movie and dinner with me? And she was like, oh, that would be so lovely. I'd really like that. I'll put on my Sunday best. And he's like, I'll pick you up around 7, sweetheart. And she was like, oh, that sounds lovely. Like, call me on the telephone system and we'll talk we'll have a conversation on the I don't fucking know what it was like back in the day. Okay, guys? That's not true. I'm a boomer. I'm 38. I know what it was like back in the day. But yeah, that's probably how your grandmother and your grandfather met. It's just human connection. It just feels weird in 2025 or 2026 because, yes, most people are not going outside and approaching. However, there are lots of people that meet through warm approach. There are people that meet the same person at the gym week in, week out, and they just start to talk to each other a little bit. And then one day he works up the courage, maybe she does, but usually he works up the courage and says, hey, would you like to go for a coffee sometime? She's like, I'd love that. Or there are people that meet through like sporting, like they play volleyball together each week, or they go dancing together, or they're in an art group, or they meet in the office and they work together for like 6 months. And then finally something happens. They get drunk at the Christmas party and they make a move, or, he asks her out. Most people meet in person, or maybe a lot of people meet in person. It's not that weird. It just feels weird, especially if you're going to do cold approach, because you see that person as a stranger. But you can kind of think about the dating apps as a bunch of strangers anyway. You're literally meeting strangers on a dating app. That just feels more normal to most of you because you've done it more. And so what I'm saying there is, as you go out and cold approach more, as you talk to more women outside, it starts to just become a normal thing that you do. Like, it is not even remotely fucking weird for me to just walk up to a woman and be like, hi, I thought you were pretty. Like, it's the most normal thing ever for me. It might be weird for some of them, and I fully empathize with that, and I understand that, and I'm gentle with them, and I make sure they feel safe, and I listen to them, and all of that kind of stuff. But it's not weird for me. It's like the most normal thing ever because I've done it so many times, and I've slept with lots of women from it. And so there's almost a certainty there of like, if I just go and talk to lots of women, eventually one of them will sleep with me, and they do. And the same thing applies to all of you. It just feels uncertain, or it feels scary, or it feels like a fear of the unknown because it is that. It is unknown. You haven't done it. And so I promise the more you do it, the more normal this starts to feel. And I've said this a million times, but you guys do not need to be fancy with this. You don't need the perfect pickup line. If you want a perfect pickup line, you're welcome to, but you don't need one. You can literally just walk up and say, hey, I'm nervous right now. I thought you were pretty. I wanted to say hi. Give her a couple of seconds to say whatever she says, and you say, are you single? If she says no, beautiful. I hope you and your partner are happy, and then you leave. If she says, yes, I am, you go, cool. Like, what are you doing today? What did you get up to on the weekend? Oh, that's really cool. Like, what do you do for work? Or do you study? Or are you homeless? And she's like, oh, I study this. And you're like, oh, that's cool. I have a friend who did that. Oh, that's really cool. Like, I work in this, by the way. This is my job. And yeah, I love my job. It's really cool. And yeah, anyway, like I said, you're so pretty. Goddamn, you're so pretty. Like, did I tell you that? Sorry, I'm saying it too much, but you're really pretty. And she'll blush and she'll giggle and you go, oh my God, you're so pretty when you blush. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Like, that's flirting. Flirting is just being honest. Like, is she pretty? Yes, then tell her she's pretty. Congratulations, you're a flirter. This is what I did with Molly when I hit on her. This is what I do with all women. I told Molly like 3 or 4 times, like, my God, you're so pretty. And she literally told me several times, wow, you're so smooth. Oh my God, you're flirting. And I was like, I'm not flirting. I'm just like, you're pretty. I'm just telling you that you're pretty. But that comes across as flirting. Like, if you guys want to be good at flirting, just tell the fucking truth. Wow, you're pretty. And at some point, she and I were walking and we were at like a pedestrian crossing. We were waiting to cross the road. And I was looking at her and my God, was she so pretty? And I wanted to kiss her. So I just said, you're so pretty. You have no idea how much I want to kiss you right now. And she blushed and she got like flustered and she was like, oh my God, like, maybe not right now, maybe not before work. And I was like, yeah, I didn't mean we have to kiss. I'm telling you the truth. You're pretty and I want to kiss you. And she told me later that was like the biggest fucking flirty thing that has ever been done in her life. But I wasn't trying to flirt. I was just telling her the truth. She was pretty. I wanted to kiss her. So you can flirt a little bit if you want to, but you don't have to. You're having some normal conversation. Then you say, hey, you seem freaking cool. And like I said, you're really pretty. I'd love to take you out for a coffee or a drink. Would you like that? And if she says, yeah, I kind of would. Or if she hesitates, you can say, if you would like, you're very welcome to say no. Like, you don't have to say yes, because some women will struggle to say no. Like, you guys will find that. They're really worried about hurting your feelings. They don't want to be a bitch. They don't want to insult you. They don't know how to say no. They're scared of confrontation. You know, a lot of people feel guilty when they say the word no. So if she hesitates, you can literally just say, you're very welcome to say no. And sometimes women will kind of hesitate a bit more and be like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's just that. And they'll tell you a reason. You go, beautiful. Thank you for saying no. I really appreciate the conversation. But a lot of them will say, yeah, I'd really like to grab a coffee with you. Cool. What's your number? Get her to type it in your phone. Send her a text. Hey, it was cool meeting you. I'd love to take you out for that coffee. She'll go, yeah, I'd love that. Cool. Are you free on Friday at 3 p.m.? Are you free Saturday? I could do basically any time in the daytime, or Sunday. I could do like early morning or evening. Do any of those work for you? And then she'll tell you when she's free. You guys meet for a date. And then from there, you know, I've done plenty of videos on the channel on what to do on dates and all of that, but you don't have to be perfect with any of that. So the point is, your approaches don't have to be fancy. And when you're nervous or scared to walk up and approach girls, here's my cheat code. I have a couple of cheat codes for you. The first one is, if you see a girl and you want to talk to her, rather than saying, I'm going to go approach her, which can feel scary, it builds it up in your mind. You say, I'm just going to go and say hi. I'll just go say hi. Hey, I thought you were cute. I wanted to come say hi. And that takes a lot of the pressure off you. You don't have to approach. You don't have to be smooth. You don't have to do this big charismatic fucking dance. You're just saying hi. And then the second cheat code, when you see a cute girl that you want to talk to, you just in your mind go, fuck it. Fuck it. I'll go say hi. Fuck it. Just the sentence, fuck it, releases so much of the tension, and you go, oh, fuck it. All right, I'm going to go say hi. So those are the cheat codes. Fuck it. And I'll just go say hi. And I haven't even talked about this, but in 2025, 2026, the dating apps can be very overwhelming for women. This is what I hear from women all the time. This is what my female friends tell me. Jesus Christ. So many women have just gone, I can't even look at the app. I can't open it. I'm overwhelmed by all the conversations. I'm overwhelmed by how many men I haven't replied to, and I feel guilty about that. I'm overwhelmed by how am I supposed to pick which man to go on a date with. I'm overwhelmed by all the guys that get angry at me because I haven't replied in time because I'm stressed and overwhelmed, and they don't give a fuck. And like, fair enough. Like, they don't have to care about that. But I feel bad when I go into the dating app. Molly has been on the dating apps and only ever met one person in her entire life from the dating apps because she was too overwhelmed by them. And she literally said, like, after I hit on her, you know, when we started talking after that, she literally said, I'm on the dating apps and I'm so glad that you came and talked to me because I don't think I would have met anyone else from the dating apps. It's like too scary. I was basically taking a break from the dating apps. She hadn't met anyone for a year. She hadn't had sex or gone on a date for a year. And she was like, I'm so glad you walked up to me and talked to me because if we matched on a dating app, I never would have messaged, like I wouldn't have replied. I wouldn't have met you. And so there are a lot of women that are just intimidated by the dating apps. Just like you guys overthink what to say to women on dating apps, and you overthink, what do I message? What do I send? Don't you think that women feel the same way? Like, women have the same pressure of like, what do I text? How do I be smooth? How do I be cool? How do I be interesting? What do I even say next? I don't know how to be funny. I don't know how to be interesting. I don't know how to be charismatic. I'm boring. I have low self-esteem. I don't know what to text. And so lots of women get intimidated and overwhelmed by the dating apps just like you guys do. And so if you meet some of those women, the women that are overwhelmed or intimidated by dating apps, if you meet them in person, they will freaking love you because they'll be like, oh, thank God, a person that I can just have a conversation with. So that is yet another one of the benefits of going outside. You know, I'm outside right now, going outside and talking to girls in person. If you are really nervous to start this, you're very welcome to come to me for help. I obviously have coaching and I can help you with this. This is something we help a lot of guys with. But on top of that, you can just do my Approach Anxiety program, which is free. It's on my website. But here is the basic rundown of the Approach Anxiety program. If you are able to go outside, like go outside and just try talking to some women, and you can say a line that will make you feel a little better and give you some confidence. You can walk up and say, hey, I'm really nervous right now, but I wanted to come and say hi and see what you're about. Or I wanted to come say hi and see if you're cool. Or I just wanted to come say hi. Are you single? And so start with that. If you can't do that, then walk around just trying to smile at some women. Just try and make some eye contact, try and smile at one or two of them. Do that for a week or two until you slowly work up the courage to say hi. If you can't do that, try walking up to some women and just giving them a compliment. Hey, I love your shirt. Just wanted to tell you that. Have a nice day. If you can't do that, walk around thinking about doing one of those things. Literally walk past every girl that you see and imagine what it would be like to talk to her. Imagine what you might say. This is called exposure therapy. You're literally working up the courage to eventually do it. You're slowly gathering the courage to actually approach. And I promise you, if you just go out for like 2 or 3 or 4 weeks trying to approach, you eventually will do it. This is literally what we do with all of my coaching clients. We just speed that up by jumping on a phone call with them. Like I'll be on a phone call with them, or one of the other coaches or clients will be on a phone call with them while they walk around. And that gives them a lot of confidence. Or anyone that's in person, I just take them out approaching in person. That's obviously, easy as well. But just try. Walk around trying to talk to girls. And if you can't even do that, if you are so scared to walk outside and even try, then sit in your apartment or in the safety of your home and think about leaving the house to go around thinking about talking to women. You're building up the courage to leave the house. So there's always something you can do, even if you are utterly terrified to ever open your mouth and say hi to a woman. Just think about doing that. Do that for a couple of weeks and you will work up the courage. But like I said, if you want my help with this, I am right here. Right now is the perfect time. There is 50% off my coaching program just for the next 26 days only. 50% off, gentlemen. Holy shit. No excuses. No reason not to sign up. Even if you're terrified, you will come in. I will change your life. So will the other coaches and the other clients. And we will get you that beautiful life of abundance and joy. You can jump on a free call with me and we'll talk about the program. No pressure, no sales techniques, none of that stuff. We have payment plans. We would love to change your life. And a lot of you are sitting there thinking, I'll fix this someday. I'll work on this by myself. Brother, if that is you, this is your wake-up call. Stop waiting for someday. Today is the day. Shoot me an email or click the link in the description below. Reach out to me. We will jump on a free call and we will change that freaking life of yours. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is never going to come. You haven't improved this on your own. Stop wasting time. You are allowed to have a beautiful sex life, a beautiful happy life, a beautiful life of abundance and joy. Reach out to me. The link is down below.